Okay, so why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Dennis Jones. I'm CEO of Judo Payments.
Awesome. And what is judo payments? It sounds like a karate movie.
No, we should get into talking about the name because it is an
Yeah.
important name and it means something. But Judo provides card payments for mobile apps and mobile apps specifically. Our platform allows you to build your own mobile payment solution for iOS and Android devices.
Okay, awesome. And this is quite a kind of a unique space because mobile payments is really picking up and skyrocketing, and everyone's trying to, maybe attack the problem from a different angle. Giving a mobile web solution kind of a thing. But you also, I think, a very specific native mobile solution that you're building.
That's right. We've built everything in Judo Payments from the ground up to be about mobile. And you see a lot of other providers that are taking their e-commerce offering and making it mobile by offering SDKs and other things that do simplify the process. But we've looked at it as mobile is different than online. And particularly this is around the number of server calls that come into our architecture. And this is very techy, but essentially we reduce the server calls from 6 to 1, which cuts down the transaction speed and increases the likelihood of a transaction going through.
Mm-hmm. And so is yours, it's an API, SDK, all of those kind of things which you can just integrate into your apps and you get your mobile payments running?
That's right. So the simplest integration is just taking a piece of our API that we call Judo Pay. And so this is RESTful APIs and native SDKs for iOS and Android that with one line of code you can drop in mobile optimized payments into any app. But beyond that, we also provide other functions in our API. So that single API can do card acceptance, like I just mentioned, also offer merchant accounts to users, so if you have many businesses using your platform, and allows you as the owner of that account to control funds flow. So perhaps you want to take a portion of the transaction, or you want to wait to release funds to a business until an event happens. So in a taxi industry, that would be the ride is completed.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And are you seeing a lot of mobile companies starting to use your payment solution and trying and having to create new layers and so on? Is that what you're targeting? Is that what you're seeing happening?
So I mean, on the first point, we've got well over 2,000 customers using our platform.
Okay.
So our announcement today, which we'll talk about in a minute, was really us coming out of beta, and we've really been able to prove the platform and test something that's very difficult, like payments, over the period of the last year. But what we're finding is when you talk to any company, big or small, they're scratching their heads and saying, what do we do about our increasingly mobile consumer? They're looking at their web traffic and seeing that more and more of that traffic is coming from smartphones, but then they're seeing that there's almost no conversion from that. And so our tools allow them very quickly to increase that ability to close a consumer when they're on the go. And in addition to that, what we're trying to do is encourage entrepreneurs to solve vertical problems. So much like Halo did in the taxi industry, in every industry that leverages the smartphone, and let us take care of the difficult payments in the back end.
Okay. And is this like a solution that can work in any market, or is it specific to the UK? I mean, would this work for a company down in Germany, for example?
So right now, we accept cards from global locations, but we only do payouts in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
That'll change quickly. But currently we're UK only, and then from there we'll expand into Europe. We have something called an EU passport, which means we can't operate in every European country. But we'll first make sure that we've really nailed it in the UK and started that innovative work here, and then take those lessons and bring them to other countries.
Okay. And what kind of mobile solutions are you seeing your payment platform being used?
Yeah.
Are these gaming companies and
So the simplest ones are retailers or restaurants that want a payment facility within their app. And that's just a very simple one line of code. You drop in our native SDKs and you're set with fantastic user experience on apps. Better solutions are marketplace type businesses that are connecting thousands of consumers with thousands of individual businesses. So I can't talk about any of our specific clients, but they're in the spaces like car sharing, which is part of what we would call the collaborative economy. They're in doing trade work at the house, so plumbers and electricians, and taking and changing the way that their business model works by embedding payments, but taking themselves out of the risk of accepting payments.
Sure. And of course, JudoPay is a solution which is used by, it's a B2B solution used by businesses, small, large businesses that want mobile payments.
Yeah.
Are you looking at the B2C space as well, where I don't know, perhaps I have my information stored somewhere, and JudoPay helps me push those payments out to other apps and things like that.
So a cross-app ability to pay.
Yeah.
It is something that we will evolve into. What we found is that many of the companies that we work for preferred what's called a walled garden, and they want control over their consumers at this point, and that's fine with us. And we'll find over time that a consumer is going to be the pressure that changes that that kind of paradigm. But until then, we'll respect our business owners' wishes.
Okay. I mean, we of course have a lot of tech startups in the community that have this problem of mobile payments. They don't know how to tackle it, and they go about doing it the other way. Getting mobile web screens and so on and so forth. So of course, this is a very innovative solution for a lot of the startups. I know you announced kind of coming out of beta in this event to the community, and you've also got some special offers for the community. Can you just tell us a little bit about those offers?
Absolutely. So as we were talking about on this platform, what we're really excited about what Judo delivers is it gives entrepreneurs tools to go and reinvent their industry and not worry or invest in the payments or banking side of things. So today we announced a £1 million fund where we're giving away £1 million in free card processing, split between 10 businesses for £100,000 to each one. And there's absolutely no cost, no integration cost, upfront cost, or recurring fees that you'll find until you hit your limit of £100,000 or a year passes. And at that point, you just decide to sign up for a package.
Awesome. And how would you select these 10 companies? Would you look at what they're doing and see how well they fit into your solution or your kind of companies that you're going after? How would you go after them?
So first, the application's live on judopay.com, and it's a very simple application. But really, what we're looking for is one, the business needs to be UK based. This is a UK innovation challenge, essentially. Mm-hmm. Secondly, their whole strategy needs to be led with mobile. So it's okay to have an e-com in the background, but this really needs to be about building a solution for the smartphone through iOS or Android. Mm-hmm. And then after that, we will prioritize our entrants based on how well we think they're innovating in a space and how good of a solution Judo is for them.
Okay, awesome. I mean, from our side, we will be happy to, of course, push this out to a community. We have thousands of startups. We also have a platform called Tech Idea Hub where we put out all these innovation, so that people can collaborate and things like that. So we'll be happy to put it out onto that platform, and then push to the community, and then start getting people to apply for it. And then, of course, you all can decide which companies to go for. So thank you for coming to our FinTech Drinks and Demo Night. And really good presentation. We like your solution and hope you enjoyed it.
It was great.
And we look forward to seeing more of you.
Absolutely.
Working with our community.
Thank you, Sean.
Thanks, Dan.